Like literally slept right after Dynamite, got up at 1. And the funny thing is, I put a shoot interview up. And by the time I woke up, I'm done. I'm like, oh, let me go down and see if the updates are good for the computer. And thank goodness I did that, because they were wonky. So I'm glad I was able to go down and get that remedy, because that would have been pretty bad had that not. I did reboot it a couple times, and there's all some problems that were created by that wonderful mandatory Microsoft update, which everyone always loves. Who doesn't love? It's not just mandatory updates on their computer. But luckily, I had another one that worked, so the update did go smoothly on any PC. Just didn't go smoothly on the main desktop. So it's like, okay. I like how quickly I've adapted to the Horizon 5. I think it's pretty telling, A, how good that hardware is, and B, that I really don't play a lot of these games, which is phenomenal, because with how hardware is, like, I still haven't bought Cyberpunk. So, having the option of having it on PC one day would be nice, but I'm just going to keep waiting. Plus, until I get all the money stuff sorted. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking 1,100 just to get through the month, basically. And it's like, at least it's there. But it's like I can do that exactly 40 times. So I'm looking forward to this QVC job. Well, the HSM one, because the thing that worries me with this is, okay, 15 an hour, it's kind of going to bounce. The good thing about all the delays I encountered on my ID is I got a jingle back from my DARS, and I will say that if you're in an area that has DARS, it's a must, because it allows you to get work done on yourself. And for me, it was just a matter of access.
Oh no!
So to have that ability at no cost, granted, yes, you are waiting. You are one of 100 some odd people in the queue, but you can really make some progress. You can really get stuff done. And so that's been fantastic to have that ability just to get things worked on. Has been absolutely unbelievable. This is something I didn't think would occur. So I just figured, okay, I always kind of know there's something wrong, but I mean, honestly, until I lost Katie, I didn't care about any of that. You know, it just nothing mattered until I lost her, and it's like, okay, I need to make some tweaks here. I need to heal a bit. And so it sucks that I lost her, but at the same time, that was going to happen no matter what. If we were just triggering the hell out of each other and not knowing really what is going wrong. Like, I could tell something was off, but I couldn't figure out what or how to course correct. And so one great thing with all this stuff going on now is you get the chance to kind of course correct and go, oh, okay, here's where I messed up. Here's where I could have done that better. And I felt validated again through folks at Best Buy who were like, yeah, look, I mean, you've still got positive customer reactions now. I've been gone from there. At that point, I've been gone for a month when I was getting those. So it's like, okay, I did a very good job. It's just what can I do? You have management setting you up literally to fail. In the case of the straw that broke the camel's back, being set up with folks who want to know every Samsung tablet release date. That might be a valid question, sure, but you know, for them to then, like, the only reason I got that customer is because the manager just passed them off on it. And it's like, wait a minute, like, you know, this is just good. There's nothing to do anything else. It's like he was setting me up to fail here. There's no way to answer this question. And so I looked it up on the computer because the phone didn't work for that Samsung website. And it's like that becomes a spark breaks the end of that. Like, when management wants you gone, they'll find a way to get you gone. And I knew that was the case in the fall when I was set up with solving this problem, take care of this customer. It's like everything was take care of the customer. Okay. Back in the day, when I'm given that edict and I'm given no, you know, like run through, it's just, you know, if it's a couple bucks, buy the part, and you get it. And no one ever did. You know, I did that for a long time, and then it got to the point with a new sales manager years ago where it's like, just, you know, that's what I told you, you wouldn't have to pay anything. Just, if I don't even give them no guidance, it's like, I'm not giving any guidance on this. It's $3 in tape. It's $3. Who cares? Oh, we're going to get you. You're going to be gone. You're going to be out of here. You shouldn't have done that. You had 2 leaders on this. I was like, wait, I have 1 leader working on it. I already thought less of them for passing the buck to me. You're telling me there's 2 leaders working on this issue and I shouldn't feel like I'm set up here? So, I think a real struggle with dealing with that, they wouldn't cite with me pointing out that they had 6 managers standing there bullshitting. And I just literally said, guys, why are you all standing there bullshitting? This is ridiculous. There's no excuse. There's 6 people, 6 leaders getting paid mid-5, 6 figures to stand up front and not even validate a receipt because no one confirmed the receipt that I carried out for 6 months. No one even looked at it, no one even helped me out. So, that to me was like, okay, you all don't want me to succeed, so, you know, obviously I'm just not welcome here. You know, that's not a great way to feel. You have devoted so much of your life to a company. You know, at the time 2 things were rough because I knew Sherry was at the end, and it's like, okay, this is like 0 parts of this are good, and somehow it'll maybe work out. And I guess it kind of has in a way. I mean, nothing will ever be what I wanted it to be, but you know, that's okay. Like, the key is we just need to heal. You know, and I was talking with a few of the guys this past week.
A hero's only as good as his lap time.
It's just like, yeah, the place is a joke. It's really sad to see. I never thought I'd see a day where customers just cannot get help. I was checking reviews out too, and I'm like, this is all easy stuff. You know, not even in terms of like departments. You know, it's just literally a matter of, it's so simple. All you gotta do is listen to the customers. You know, one thing that's gotten me round 2s in this job market. I mean, I was overjoyed getting a job so quickly at Best Buy, because that's like within a month I had a job, and that's within a month of so much chaos. And when my time with ARS ended, HR rep was like, you're not angry. He's like, no, there's nothing to be angry about. You know, I had a job, right? In this job market, I had a job within a month of losing a job. And with the housemate who was like a second mother passing away. Like, that's unbelievable that could occur. Like, that is a legit, really awesome thing that happened. And none of that happens without having the skills. And I knew with ARS, from the minute he was with Justin, he's like, So what'd you do at Best Buy? I went around stores getting customers and then making appointments for COD and then theater appliances. Like, oh, you got that. So, you know, I had just cashed out my 401k, and ARS is a company where it's like I want to take two of that one at some point because now my foot's here. That one legit did damage to my right foot, where I had to be more careful. I was using shoes that were cushy, they were soft, but they didn't have the support on them. So I developed plantar fasciitis, and I was struggling to walk. And it actually had two managers. I had Justin and I want to say Raptor, making it off on me. Because he was only my weekend manager, he didn't count him too much other than two. They did that for a time. And I call that a weekend. Like for a job I had for 6 weeks, like I prioritized myself. And also good on commuters. That was a very strict. I was making 1,000 movies in that. At the high end, 750, then 500, then came, we're just going to send everyone home for a half day. Yeah, this is my foot. I'll never forget Mother's Day. And that was a great last day. But I was done. My foot was killing me 2 hours in. And it's an hour to an hour and a half in. The day before, it took me 2 hours, two and a half hours to come in. And I was late by like an ungodly amount. And I would have never looked, I am stuck in traffic. I cannot. Like, there's nothing I can do, guys. And I told Justin, I was like, why am I being set up at this other store? Like, that's, a different kind of being set up to fail. But it's still being set up to fail because this store is an hour plus away. And I was waiting in the upstairs area, because you had an upstairs store and a downstairs store. And they loved me downstairs because I would just do what I could to take care of people. And there's no staffing down there. So they loved that I would, see what people needed, which, obviously, I would not do that. It doesn't take long. And generally, people were pretty chill. Like Fairfax I loved because that store had a lot of traffic, and I could literally be in just the AC aisle and I could get a lead in 10 minutes. I loved it. But the thing is, I wasn't getting enough of every lead, so that was the problem there. That was the issue they had, with I was not getting every lead that they wanted. And it's like, okay. So, and I asked, what's the most important? No, they're both equally important. Okay, so I'm getting a good amount of one, need to get more of the other. Okay, and how would you advise I do that? Okay. And it came down to the age of the unit, so I focused on that. And it's like, okay, well, I did that, and, I can't force people to do this. So, but that's the job. So it's like, okay,
I'm ready.
Yeah, my head lasted, that was really a perfect day. Like Mother's Day ending, I was like, okay. Not that I want this job to end, because this job market is terrible. But if it's going to end, at least it ended on the perfect, the absolute perfect. I'm so glad about that job, because it healed me so much and showed me that a lot of pain I felt was due to abusive management. All that work took a while. I realized I was in the phase of giving things away. It started with a laptop I didn't care about. That sent a message to management. How are you doing that? They're I just keep saying I don't contribute. I don't use it. I wasn't. I hadn't used that computer since Undisputed had a beta test. started an early build I put in 2022. Literally, I have not touched that thing since then. And then Katie needed a laptop for Alaska, and I'm like, look, I've got a gaming laptop. I'm not going to use this thing. She's like, oh, am I going to give it back? I was like, I mean, you know, if you do, cool. I don't know that. And then thank God she did a stream where it would work well. And I was on like a replacement charger, and they did have to get work on for heatsink. I won the laptop. I think I spent $40 in charge, and everything else was comp for warranty. But that wouldn't work well, and all she was doing was playing Power. That's the game we were playing too. And Return her from Shocky. And I'm like, hang on, this one's not working well. Let me get you something else. And I was like, gotta keep the Best Buy card active. Let me get you. Let me in. And so we had an open box kit, and in hindsight, should have done just done the unbox and picked up the Springfield Villa. Because the open box had problems, and I barely got able to return it. I will say this for Marvin, I fucking hate the abuse I endured under him to do his mercy or something. He did at least let me return that way. So, that is one thing. I would give the devil his due there. Do not stand that daily abuse and the micromanaging and all that, but
They don't put this on a
he did
vase.
that. It's 3 days outside of policy. Okay. So,
I'll prove I'm not just
do
another
that.
chariot chaser.
What are these points? Like, what is all this? And it doesn't work. We get it back. I get her I order her a new one, send it back to her. And it works well for most things, but not for everything. And then she was doing a stream of Detroit, and it was really chugging. And I felt so bad. I remember just feeling bad.
Happy to help.
Like I failed. Because the energy was just off. And they weren't dealing with it well. I was just going into panic mode. And then in doing therapy, that's I provided, and they determined that I had a lot of trauma from my dad and and work. So a lot of abandonment, which I didn't shock me. I'm not offended. Yeah, it's like, okay, yep, that checks box, that checks box, that checks box. That makes sense. But it all combines to damaging. And, no one asks to be abandoned by their dad at birth, but when that happens, it can leave some wounds, it can leave some scars that you can't see. And I never would have done that work had I not lost Katie. I just wouldn't have. Because to me, healing myself meant nothing. It was hurting her by not healing myself, so I connected those dots together. Like, okay, I didn't want to lose this bond, but at the same time, there was a point at the end there where we're just winning. Because she's sending weird stuff to me, and I'm thinking I'm responding in kind, and either not or misinterpreting things. And I told her, it was like we're on different pages here. Can you talk because she didn't want to, and it was a blindside. But now I know it's also avoidant behavior, it's discard, and I'm like, I can see avoidant behavior. Definitely. But right before she left, that's fine. One of her last things like, Katie, you really are you're cooking. There's something special. I need to keep you in my life. And really good. I mean, I would not have healed anywhere near the degree I have. And we'll see, in theory, Best Buy put me on the unhireable list. And usually, from what I've heard, those are not actually tenable for that. Yeah, you can't go back in a couple of years. But even then, it's like, it's not going to time. I can just put in there, hey, underwent autism treatment, and it's like, oh, yeah.
podium.
And I am forever grateful for her. There isn't a day that goes by I'm not grateful to have her in my have her in my life ever. I mean, I miss her, but it's like things got so toxic. You know, we couldn't make that work. Because we're each dealing with wounds that we need to heal, and until we at least mostly heal these wounds, we're just going to keep triggering each other. So it's one of those things where feel like that day we'll be in a better place and maybe we'll rebuild things. If we do, we'll be in a better place mentally, more healed. I mean, that's the big thing for me. I'm nowhere near healed. But it's also a sliding door, too, where it's like, is that a matter of not being healed, or is it a matter of you're more healed than you think you are because you can acknowledge you're not as healed as you want to be? And it's also just when you have tons of loss in your life, losses mean more. You've lost, like for me, she and
Count on me to go the distance.
Marcus Joseph came into my life thanks to Best Buy. I'm not used to having one person who I gel with right away, let alone two. And, that really means the world to me to have people that you gel with, even if things go awry.
I'll give it everything I've
okay,
got.
Well, Marcus helped get me through everything with her, where I was just like losing it. I felt like so inferior. This thing was more. Here's where she has good time.
I will make my family
I work with his own theater. He's just like you. She's manipulating you, whether it's intentional or not. That's manipulation, right? Okay, yeah. And that's not just a being growth. It's like, that's the reality. Sometimes it's deflecting. People send you confusing messages. Like it's odd. Once I sent her the laptop, then it became, I don't deserve it from her. And I'm like, I get it. That putting that puzzle together in reverse. Like I get that mentality. If you don't deserve, it's like I totally get that. I didn't go back to another country before you deserve what I earned. There was one thing that was just a laptop I got a gaming rig, and it was too bulky. I mean, I literally could barely move it in my box. I gave that away. It's like, okay, now in hindsight, I would have kept that thing. I couldn't predict the market for plumbing. That was, I think, $500. It was a decent. It was a 7 series chip. It was, if it was 500 gigs or a terabyte storage. It was a decent unit, but it was underpowered from the graphics card. And for me, it's like, okay, I use that for like the 3 games I took on my mini PCs. But that's another great thing about having mini PCs to work with. If you have these devices that can do so much more, they take up so much less space, you don't have to worry about it. I'm just glad to have this computer working. Because literally, I went and did the updates, and I come down, and it's like, it's not done. It's not correct. I'm like, oh, that's not good. But I just rebooted it, and it's 7-Eleven, and went, and I guess the guys in the can or something doing working, so it's like, okay, well, I am just going to hit in. It's going to $0. So I actually made myself a really good blend. I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to follow my own advice of not doing my my soda ones for instead doing $3. So I'm going with my approach of if you're going to have a bad habit, have it spend have it money. And then, eventually not drinking those things at all because they're really bad for you. But I do like them. They're nice. It's a nice flavor to have. But it's like healing that wound and the damage, in Thai, like GM was like, it's not normal to give things away. And it's like, yeah, but it's not normal to tell someone they can't leave when someone they love has a heart attack either. Like, it's just, just no part of this is good. 0 parts of this formula are kind of clicking for anybody right now. And yeah, that happened under a prior regime, but when they told him, then he goes, oh, I don't care. Well, great. Fuck me then. What am I supposed to do? What's the right amount of torment to endure here? When you've got a leader telling you, none of this matters. It's like, cool, so I'm just here to just, be pushed around and treated like garbage. Awesome. I feel wonderful. That's really annoying. But all I've spent so far, which is astounding, is I started with 52,000 and I'm at 40,000. And I've been gone from Best Buy for 6 months, which is that's incredible. Okay, got more, whatever any of this is, I have no idea what any of it is. It's all very confusing. But, leaving an abusive environment did so much more good because I needed to be rid of that. That hate, the constant hate. And when you've got it where they're setting you up to fail, like there's nothing you can do. You're just going to fail. Because it's by design that you fail. You're not being set up to succeed in that sense. And the gaslighting, which is what Katie accused me of, was like, no, I didn't gaslight you. But we, at a minimum, need a break, because we're just like driving each other up. And we're sure a month later it becomes like, here's where you messed up, here's where I messed up. Things got confusing, It has a way of working. With Best Buy, that came about, and that got me. I had that job for 11 years. That's a long time to have a job. I'm amazed I had it then. But I was telling Shelly, it's like my mission was just to pay the house off, and I did. It's the worst case scenario, I can borrow against the equity in the home, pay property taxes. There's actually a Mr. Wonderful dark side where they went into him getting screwed over. And I'm like, I'm very lucky that exact scenario didn't happen to me. I'm very lucky. Like, I'm working off of the money I have left. That's off of a base of $250. So, thank God I had the Best Buy job for as long as I did. Literally had everything not worked out as it did. I wouldn't have gotten the ARS job. And that job showed me it's not just me. That job was in some ways the wrong job at a long time. Just because there's way too much going on at night in the mornings for me to have a job where I'm just stuck.
I made the podium.
in traffic for an hour and a half, and I'm just dead tired. But it was a great experience overall. Because it was a great healing job. That job led to a lot of healing. That's one thing that I want to see my oldest friend Ryan get into too, is like, get a job you enjoy. Find something you've got a passion for. Because for me, it's technology, and I get to see technology evolve. And yeah, you're going to have, even at Home Depot, I'd have people asking a billion questions on the, like, people would come in with, they'd have this random whatever, and they're like, do you have this? I was like, what's it called? I don't know. Cool. So what would you like me to look up here? What is the part? And generally, when in doubt, if it's some little bibble or bobble, it's probably in hardware.
I'm ready.
But I loved that job. I just hated being on frickin' concrete. Oh my god. Bare concrete 8 hours a day. Yeah. And it's still worked better than
Happy to help.
doing door to door, which I did for a day. And I hated because at least with this you can go to the bathroom, and with that you can't. And honestly, the funniest thing is I had a Sunday where my stomach was upset for God knows what reason, and I left. But I left after getting like 3 leads, and I'm like, okay, my stomach's killing me. I'm heading home. But I was very direct about it. I would not screw around. I've had very bad, like, stomach bleeding and stuff like that. I don't mess around with its health. I'm not putting, numbers over my health. Passing out on Black Friday, and boy, there's red flags there too. Being at Best Buy, this was what, 2018 in November 2018, and I passed out on Black Friday. Oh no, Thanksgiving. Well, technically, a little bit of it. It was like 1. And I'm out like already. And they're like, we'll send an ambulance if you need it. You can call it if you really need to. And I'm not. I'm hearing it. I clearly remember it, but I am not home. I am out of it. And thankfully, people caught me on the way down. I had just had that whole day of hot fire. So my blood sugar I didn't go to New York because I'm like, man, that's going to be expensive. The only hospital bills I ever paid for, Best Buy, was when my lungs were feeling bad. And that's probably due to breathing in shit all day. And I think I had COVID. What I I'm 99% sure. I just felt exactly like I had then, but I didn't have a test. So I'm like, okay. And I've had COVID for 3 weeks. You're gonna get COVID. You're gonna, and that's not good. So. That was bad. That probably took years off. Getting, but it's also nature of the beast. Get COVID anywhere. 7-Eleven. I'm sure I've gotten at least 2 colds just going 7-Eleven. 2 a.m. Folks who never had masks and cover their mouth. And it's okay. ARS, I love that one. I actually tried to work with again, and they never got back to me. And I'm like, boy, Justin was really like ahead of the curve here. In just being like very forthright in hiring your own spot, which is great because But in the day, I hired me was March 31st, so I just listed ARS as March to May. So I had a month gap, which in this job market's incredible. But it was also do or die time in terms of do you get benefits or not. So at that point, it's like, okay, you got to sing for your supper, and I wasn't singing loud enough. So.
Happy to help.
I mean, that job really, like, he was a great manager. Both him and I felt were fantastic. You know, and it felt really good to feel like I belonged somewhere it wasn't Best Buy. Just to mix it up a tad bit, too. But, you know, I mean, Best Buy, that job could not pass me. All the abuse was too much. And that's something where I've been vindicated enough later where it's like, yeah, that's a real toxic, abusive environment. Everyone, me included, I was shocked that last time actually. Our prior boss was there. She's damn near 10 pounds. Went from a top 10 store to bottom. The first time I hurt my back was there. Urgent care. Lower back, there's two of me on my upper back. And they're like, well, the x-rays don't show any bone damage, which is good. Like if you got a thick muscle, you can usually stretch and you'll heal them in time. Lower right back is never quite fully healed. Like it still gets a little tight, which basically he said was kind of like if you were to move a fridge. And you shouldn't be moving a fridge. And for me, it's a lot riskier because I've got repaired retina. I ain't supposed to be moving nothing heavy. And you've got your job on the line. Yeah. And you've got an HR department that's just going, oh, things happened years ago. I'm like, well, they're still happening. Just in, people are, rather than being upfront about it, they're still doing the same abusive behavior. It's just being done in a more hidden way. Like, it's not a good thing. At least I did all I could to work with like Costco directly. Although, boy, Marvin, I wish I company. That's one where it was like right after Darian had a health scare. And my sleep schedule was screwed up, and my sleep schedule is going to be screwed up today. That's whatever. I got a nice, restful, 3.5. Yeah, no, actually, no. Maybe closer to 4 hours. Because I slept at 10:20 when AEW ended. And it's a Cornet watch, so they won't ever shut up.
Show what I got.
Surely you must be joking.
I have now just to keep
What a pity that there happiness. Mickey Mouse is coming to an end.
that feels so good to have. And it's like I can kind of go at my own pace on the healing. I don't have to worry about I need to heal at a certain point. I need to be better at a certain point. I need to be 100% by date X, Y, and Z. It's like, I can take my time. Heal up. Get better. And go at my own pace. In doing so, like this QVC job, I told them tonight, or last night, they're like, okay, we have to move your class back. And I'm like, It's perfect. This solves so many problems. And it really does. Like, it helps so much to have that extra time. It gives me an extra week to work with. So my class, to move back, okay, you have to raise my thing by it. But whatever, like, okay. Okay. By the end of the week, I'll have, or the end of the month, I'll be back in the saddle for Intel Retail. I put up with a lot for that thing too. Like, I love Intel Retailer. That's probably, I mean, easily that's my favorite thing. But one thing I like at this job is they're setting you up to succeed. Like at Best Buy, I was in leadership, but there were just parts of it that even the autism side of the ledger that I learned now, it's like I just couldn't handle it. The criticism and all that, you know, and that stuff worried me. And then going from anxious to secure attachment, like, it's so funny. Losing Katie showed me that I had this anxious wound I needed to do.
Gotta do better next time.
And then losing James and Amber, it's like, okay, well, y'all just want to go your own direction. Cool. Like, you know, y'all hope you heal. You know, really do. You've got folks that want to, you know, set you up to fail. Here's a hint. You're just going to fail. There's no way around it. You can't succeed because you're being put in a situation where there is no such thing as success. So you have to give yourself grace, and that can be a very difficult thing to do. You're used to giving yourself a guilt trip because other people are used to giving you a guilt trip, so you just feel like a guilt trip is what you deserve at all times. Then
My hero's only as good as his lap time.
that's just going to keep happening. And one thing that I've learned, and one thing I've remembered is Kirk telling me, dude, like, you are just scared of your shadow. And he's like, yeah, that's a hell of a way to put that. Because it's accurate. It's like, yeah, that's true. And at this point, I am just beyond feeling lost. Yeah, that's true. It's like when you can't win, and nothing is a winning scenario for you.
Throw the discus around.
You're just being set up to fail, and if you fail, it's a, you know, how could you fail? Well, you all
sometimes heavyweight
set me up
problems
to
need
fail.
heavyweight solutions.
It's pretty hard not to succeed. That's pretty hard to succeed when you got management setting you up to fail. That's, you have management setting you up to fail. I was lucky that I had the job as long as I did. So they're setting me up to fail for a while. When that happens, there's only so much you can do. You can only fight the things that you can only fight things so much. People want you gone, you're gonna be gone. There is just no way around it. You are going to be taken out of the equation.
Oh, like that.
And you see things. Still does. It still feels good to heal every day. Every day is a healing day. Every day is a day of coming to realization of like things that you fell short, but the reasons for it. And I tell my daughters, I want to put up all the bullshit I put up at the best part. He's like, well, that management team wasn't. I think there was talk to who still works there. It's like, it's not any better. It's like, what I do here that I stuck in? I don't know. I was on cell phone before. I was tempted. Ironically, getting hurt on the day after Black Friday.
Lead the way! Don't count me out yet.
Really cued me into the healing of like, you know what? You know, this place has its positives. Boy, these negatives are just sky high. And they were, you know, when you've got a leadership team where they're just setting you up to fail, you're just going to fail. There's nothing you can do about that. You're just going to fail.
Rule number 72.
But
When
you
in
can get the
doubt,
last.
go fast.
Me just retaining the house for this long, like thank God the house is paid off. You know, because everything with Katie, we can repair that in time. You know, it's like I went through another break like that in high school with Melissa, and in time we were better later than we ever would have been keeping things going. It's allowed us to be strong decades later. So you know, in the long run, that's the best way to go. Cool, I've unlocked more things, I think. Oh my god, guys. I have unclaimed rewards, okay. Okay. Hey, we got a max out of chain thing, so I won this, I think. I got that chain. But is this free or do you have to pay $20? So that's the thing, you gotta pay $25 to unlock the chain. So it's not free. Yeah, that's ridiculous. $25 for whatever this is. What in the world? You know, this is all so predatory. Okay, that's finished. That's like, what is going? What is this? I have unclaimed rewards. Great. Let me just claim the damn things. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'll do one more race. Go back into one more race, and I might actually hit up 7. I'm doing so many jobs. You know what? I'll do WWE.